live from the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, where the weatherman is warning local residents to brace themselves for a huge snowstorm. But tonight, the big storm on everyone's mind is taking place indoors at the McNichols Sports Arena, the site of tonight's landmark martial arts event. 8 of the deadliest fighters in the world will meet in a no-holds-barred combat to determine who is the ultimate fighting champion. Be forewarned, there are no rules, no judges' scores, and no time limits. Testing themselves in bare-knuckle combat this evening, you'll witness Royce Gracie, Brazilian and world light heavyweight jiu-jitsu champion. Patrick Smith, 1993 Sabaki Challenge heavyweight champion in Taekwondo. Art Jimerson, IBF North American Cruiser Boxing Champion. Gerard Jurdeau, World Heavyweight Savate Champion. Zane Frazier, the WKF Super Heavyweight Kempo Champion. Ken Shamrock, the #1 ranked shoot fighter in Japan. Tylee Tooley, 3 years pro sumo champion of Japanese professional circuit. And Kevin Rozier, WKA and ISKA Super Heavyweight Kickboxing Champion. 8 street tough warriors wage combat in a battle where anything can happen and probably will.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are about to see something that you have never seen before, the Ultimate Fighting Challenge. Hello, I'm Bill Wallace, and welcome to McNichols Arena in fabulous Denver, Colorado. Along with me is Jim Brown. I'd like to introduce you to what is called the Ultimate Fighting Challenge, to where they're having different fights, different types of disciplines: karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, savate, kickboxing, sumo wrestling, to where they have no holds barred, anything goes. Jim Brown, what do you think?
Bill, I've been around the toughest fighters in the world: Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson. I've been around the greatest NFL players, the tough guys, Dick Butkus, Sam Huff, all of those guys. But I'll tell you, they could not last in this ring.
Would you do it?
Would I do it? You mean when I was in my prime?
Now.
You doggone right I wouldn't do it.
Oh, come on.
Not a chance.
Oh, it's not that hard. Just remember, all you have to do is climb over the ropes.
These guys are experts in what they do. They've trained for years. They're champions. They know things that nobody knows.
Along with me also, oh, now come on. Along with me also now is Kathy Long, 5-time world kickboxing champion. Kathy, what would be your strategy in here?
I tell you, I would rely on speed, my speed.
You're not very big now.
No, that's true. I mean, if I were to do this, and if I were a guy much bigger, I think the best thing to do is go for something as quick as you can.
How would you fight him, Bill? How would you fight him? Would you try to get inside? Would you stay away? Would you try to use the ropes or the chain link fence? Or would you just try to keep away and make the other person tired? Remember, we're a mile high up in the air.
We are, but if I were fighting, I'm very used to being in good condition, so it doesn't matter to me. But on the other hand, it would depend greatly on who I was fighting first.
Well, there's going to be a lot of grappling in the match. And also, I'd like to introduce you to Rod Machado. Tell us a little about the grappling that will happen.
You bet, Bill. Bill, you didn't ask me what my strategy would be for the fight, but if I shared it with you, it would be to get out of the ring as quick as I possibly could. Bill, the grappling is a very, very interesting art, and I think what you're going to see tonight is quite a few of these fights go to the ground. Tonight promises to be a most interesting evening, and despite the fact that we start standing up, don't be surprised to see these people going to the ground, and I would say that the person that commands the fight is probably going to be the person who is skilled in grappling, and you're probably going to see jiu-jitsu, in my estimation, at its best, and expect to see a lot of patience and strategy on the part of Royce Gracie, and I think you're going to find it to be very, very interesting. Bill?
Well, as you notice, the ring is a little bit different than a normal boxing ring. It's more like a pit. In the ring now is Brian Kilmore. Brian, what do you think about it?
Well, I'll tell you what, Bill. You talk about an original event. If you want to know reasons, if you want to know why it's such an original event, look no further than this ring. It's not a ring at all. It's an octagon, 8 sides, got a fence here, a little bit of give, no rings. You got some padding, and you got a mat. And you want to get a shot of this mat. It's kind of soft. The boxers are talking about it could be a little bit of a slow service. This is what I'm talking about. It's got a little bit of give. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Only 2 ways out, and not until this thing is over. Tell you what, Bill, take it away. This ring is something else. I'm going to get out of here before it starts.
Well, let's look at the chart and see exactly who's fighting and the systems they'll be fighting with. The first fight will be Gerard Jurdeau against Taylor Tooley. Now we have a sumo wrestler against a savate player. The thing about Gerard is he also knows Muay Thai, which is a lot of very dangerous leg kicks. Taylor is 410 pounds. The second fight is Kevin Rozier against Zane Frazier. These two guys are both very, very experienced kickboxers. The third fight will be Royce Gracie, who is a jiu-jitsu expert, world champion, against Art Jimerson, who is a boxing person, ranked 10th in the world, IBF. The fourth fight will be Ken Shamrock, who is a shoot fighting, also does some wrestling, also does some taekwondo movements, against Patrick Smith, taekwondo practitioner, winner of the Sabaki Challenge here this last year, also Robotai. Zane Frazier from California against Kevin Rozier from New York. They're both very, very adept kickboxers, both tall, both very strong, both very good technicians. You're having a Kempo stylist against basically a kickboxer that uses the boxing techniques along with the kicking techniques from Taekwondo from kicking. Yes, this is Kevin Rozier. It's Kevin coming out.
I am Kevin Rose. I'm the 5-time world kickboxing champ. I'm going to win this tournament. My best technique is an overhand right. I'm going to hit them. They're not going to get up because it's bare knuckle, bare rule, no rules. And I'm here to win.
I think I detect a little bit of nervousness in his face
It looks
there.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, you know, they just saw in the monitors what had happened. So I think he thinks, hey, this is live time now. It's time to wake up and do the work. Now with Zane Frazier from Hollywood, California.
Yeah, look at this guy.
We spoke to Zane earlier on his feelings and his thoughts about the fights. Join us. Okay.
My name is Zane Frazier. I'm from North Hollywood, California. My style is Ed Parker's American Kempo Karate. And the reason I think I'm going to win is that God's going to give me the strength and the courage and to do all the right things at the right time, and that's going to be my advantage.
And now to our ring announcer, Ron Goins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the competitors for our second match of tonight, holding a 4th degree black belt in American Kempo Karate. Our next fighter answers the bell at 6'6", 230 pounds from North Hollywood, California, 4-time international karate champ and the WKF super heavyweight kickboxing champion. Please say hello out of the red corner to Zane Frazier. And his opponent is 6'4" and 265 pounds. He has an impressive record of 66 and 8, all 66 wins by KO. The 3-time WKA World Super Heavyweight Kickboxing Champion and the ISKA North American Super Heavyweight Kickboxing Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Kevin Rozier.
If you notice,
Our referee for our second match, Leo Bizot.
Yeah, but you see the knuckles aren't actually wrapped.
No, the hands are wrapped to protect the wrist, I believe.
Yeah.
And the knuckles are bare. They're protruding out. The thumb is protected a little bit because oftentimes when you're punching, you might catch a thumb on a shoulder or something like that. This protects any kind of a breakage. Don't you wish you could tape your whole body, Jim?
Bill, you would know more about that than me. I only tape my ankles.
Pain hurts. Let me tell you, it ruins your whole day. What I don't understand is why they're in the middle of the ring. There's nothing to talk about.
Well, I think they're going over the rules here. The
What?
3
There
rules.
are none.
No eye gouging.
Yeah, okay. Kathy, would you like to meet in the middle of the ring like that?
No, sir.
I don't want to get close to anybody when it's time to fight.
Not when they're that big.
And they starting. Here we go.
Now we got some good footwork here.
Now there's a lot of strategy now.
Well, that's not unusual to have a fight just like that go to the ground.
Just again, a lot of power. I don't think anything. Whoa, good right hand. Good right hand.
That was a clear groin shot. And the referee doesn't seem to notice. wasn't talked about in the rules meeting at all.
But it should be legal. It should be allowed. It's part of the body.
I think it is. You see some of the hair falling down on the ground there. It's quite a bit coming out.
He's let go of the hair now.
Oh, and that knee came right up into the chin.
Yep. Now they're going to be working. They're going to be working. This is going to take a lot of energy because if you can see, it's only been maybe a minute or so into the match, and they're breathing a little bit.
Yeah. If these two knew how to grapple, I think it might end a little sooner.
It might sooner, yes, but the thing of it is, I don't think as big as they are, they want to go down to the ground. Now, Kevin is using a little bit of elbows. Now, if you look at their knuckles, they're getting a little red because they are hitting elbows. They are hitting bone.
That was a great uppercut.
Good straight right hand. There's a little bit of strategy playing now. They got to rest a little bit.
Oh, the fatigue factor is a major factor.
Great knee to the solar plexus there. You see that? Zane looks like he's picking his shots.
The crowd seems to be enjoying it. And if you notice some more strategy, they're going to lay on each other a little bit with that weight. Rest a little bit now.
Yeah, they got to rest a little bit.
Yeah, because you're up a mile up in the air, and this takes a lot of energy to throw these punches, and also to defend yourself against this kind of a weight factor.
Yeah. I know that a lot of times when you're in a clinch.
And a mouthpiece just fell out.
Yeah, I see that. Got it down to the ground. I think they're both a little bit out of the league on this one.
A little bit of choke, yeah. A good knee to the face.
Yes, indeed.
Now it's going to get into a little bit of wrestling that I don't think they know that much about, but it seems to be Zane used to be doing pretty good here. He needs to stay down. And they go through. I think there's a little bit of tiredness out there, Jim.
A little bit, baby.
Jim, did you ever get this tired?
I doubt it, because the combination of things that they're doing would make anyone really totally fatigued.
Well, when you were playing, they didn't have a team in Denver, did they?
No.
Yeah. It's a little different playing here. Oh.
So they got a lot of swelling.
Imagine. Yeah, they're slow now. They're trying to set things up.
Kevin here. You know, a lot of times in boxing, when you strike to the back of the head like that, it's totally illegal, but everything goes here. Okay, we're at the 2-minute rest here.
Fatigue got him, baby.
I think fatigue got to him. He went too hard, too soon, too often.
Yep.
Kevin took some punishment, though.
Oh, he really did.
Kevin took a lot of punishment.
He really did.
Okay, here we're going to see the replay now. Watch. Zane was doing all the power before. Now all of a sudden, Kevin comes back, catches some of those plummeting blows to the top of the head, forces Zane down. 4 or 5 or 6 punches. Now comes the stomping, and bam!
I think when you
tries to get up, and bam again. I think right about now the towel comes in. Yes.
Yep. When you strike in the back of the head like that, it can easily knock somebody out.
It kind of discombobulates you because you really don't know where you are, whether you're standing, where you're sitting, because it knocks you a little bit off balance. Jim, being hit in the back of the head when you were tackled, oftentimes you're like, where am I going? Am I going the wrong way?
The main point is that fatigue struck in and he basically gave up.
Exactly. Yeah, fatigue comes in. I want to rest. 5 minutes is a long time this first round.
It really is.
I'm telling you.
Zane seems to be okay, just kind of sitting down and relaxed. I'm sure he's disconcerted also,
Kevin,
simply because he was doing so well.
What's going through your mind after you got hit early on?
What am I doing out of retirement?
Yeah. What about the endurance, the 5 minutes? Did it really seem like 5 minutes? Could have been like a 30.
Like an hour.
It seemed like an hour. And when did you realize that you had him?
About 10 seconds ago.
About He was getting tired. He was getting tired. We saw he was getting tired. What did you expect going in? What do you expect now?
Punch out. He punched out.
What was your strategy?
Let him hit me.
And then how did it unfold? And then you realized, what were you shooting for, a 5-round bout?
No, I don't know. I'm really sorry. I'm not a great interviewer.
We gotta get some rest. We gotta
get some rest.
We gotta get ice on him. Kevin, still got the sense of humor intact. Congratulations on the victory. We gotta get ice on him. There he is, the winner. Now back to Bill and Jim and Kathy.
If you think what he just said, he said, I'll take the punishment. I'll make the guy get tired. I'll make Zane get tired. He'll get more tired than me, then I'll come back and pummel him. Kevin is great at taking punishment. He took some. He didn't look that bad in the face either.
It looked like he was almost finished himself a minute.
Oh, he did. Well, at the time over here, when he was in this corner here, I thought he was in a lot of trouble. Kathy was saying, uh-oh, he's gone. Kathy, I was very much impressed the way he came back.
I'm very impressed also. I mean, his strategy, let the guy hit me, seemed to work out really well.
Well, I might interject. I don't really think it was a matter of coming back. I really think that the fatigue set in. And when the fatigue set in, there was no defense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you can have all the heart in the world. We were talking about this earlier. When you have all the heart in the world and you're sucking wind, all that power that you had is gone. All that speed that you had is gone.
My greatest fear was fatigue.
Oh, exactly.
If I was in great shape, I feared no one. Because the will is the ability to overcome the fatigue.
The first thing you did when you went to training camp was run those laps.
Oh, there's no doubt
Make sure you
about
get
it.
yourself physically fit.
Because in the fourth quarter, the same thing will happen in football that happened here.
Exactly.
Bill, you're going to see something interesting in the...
Now watch this. Now Kevin is doing a lot of pummeling now. He hasn't really hit him solid yet, except on the top of the head. So he's not really going for the body. Zane is like, I think I want to take the day off.
Yep.
Because now
right at this point,
right now I think Kevin could have backed up and he would have just said, no, I'm just going to sit here. Because the stomp didn't really do that much. And I don't think this one does do that much either, because more of a push. But I think Zane was just too tired to do anything.
Yeah. Well, over here, the mouthpiece came out.
Right off the bat.
He was getting hit just above the eyes.
Yeah.
A lot of things went on when they were tied up together.
Exactly. Now we have a chart of the semifinal matches. Let's see what it's going to look like. Okay. Now, this will be the first semifinal bout, which is Gerard Gardeau against Kevin Rozier. Now, remember Gerard, the kicking techniques that he used against Taylor. He's going to try these same things against Kevin, because you notice how tall Kevin is. He's going to try to take Kevin's legs out from underneath him. Kevin, again, is trying to put the pressure on Gerard to make him get tired. You have to realize Gerard didn't get tired. Royce Gracie, who is the world champion jiu-jitsu player, is entering the ring. He is the lightest combatant of everybody. Of all the 8 fighters, Royce is the lightest. I think he weighs 176. Now, Art Jemison is the number 10 ranked IBF light heavyweight in the world. Okay, Royce will be entering the ring right now. Royce Gracie will be entering the ring.
Bill, I think we probably have half of Brazil here tonight.
I would have to say that Royce certainly looks the most confident of everyone who's come in so far.
My name is Royce Gracie, and I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I live in California right now, and I teach Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. I've been doing this all my life, and I think I'm going to take this tournament because my technique is the technique that my family's been developed for the last 65 years.
Now entering the ring will be Art Jemison, the 10th ranked WBF boxer in the world, light heavyweight division. We have boxing against jiu-jitsu.
And when you take boxing against jiu-jitsu, boxing is so incredibly limited by comparison.
There's too many rules involved.
Exactly.
Now, Jemison, Art tried to work with some of the techniques, but I think he gave it up because, hey, I'm going to do what I've been doing over the last several years. And you can't change. Very difficult to change, Jim.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Art
it takes
winning.
many years to perfect any technique, and you're just trying to add some things to get ready for all of these different persuasions impossible.
We talked to Art earlier about his strategy. Let's find out what he thinks.
Hi, I'm Art Jemison from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a professional boxer, and this is why I want to win. Being a fighter, I punch hard, I'm fast, and I'm quick. You can't hit what you can't see.
And now to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third bout of the evening. Please welcome your competitors. First, from the world of professional boxing, he's 5'11" and 195 pounds, hailing from St. Louis, Missouri. He is home in a professional record of 29-5, 20 by knockout, the IBF North American Cruiserweight Boxing Champion. Fighting out of the blue corner, Art King Arthur Jimmerson. And his opponent, 26 years old, a jiu-jitsu master. He hails from Torrance, California, by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 6'1", 178 pounds. He is the jiu-jitsu champion of Rio de Janeiro, the world light heavyweight champion, holding a 4th degree black belt with a record of 51-1. Please welcome, out of the red corner, Royce Gracie. And your referee, Jerome Alberto Berto.
I think we're about ready to get this show on the road. I think it's kind of ironic that that Royce Gracie is going to wear his judo top.
Yeah,
Actually, Bill, it will work in his favor. It'll be easier to grapple with the guy, to actually get more friction on an arm.
So?
Yes, good. And if the man grabs him, that just gives Royce an anchor with which to move his opponent around. But watch Royce, though. I think you're going to see the clinch is extremely important in jiu-jitsu, and watch his Royce front leg as he uses, I think, a low side kick here to get his opponent to lower his guard, and then he's going to clinch. You're going to see an excellent there, just like that. A couple of those, Bill, I tell you what, that's...
It's much like a Muay Thai kick, but it's like a self-defense move that a self-defense person will use against a street attack.
Very, very much so. He can keep his opponent at bay, and he can also get his opponent to be real wary of that kick. You get hit once or twice in the knee there, that really hurts.
Art's thinking about it already. You can see him, he's in and out.
Yes. Watch Royce. Royce now commands his opponent. He's getting him to move back a little bit and on command, and you're going to see a clinch here, I suspect, anytime real soon. That's what Royce's strategy is right now. As the Brazilians always say, if you have a good clinch, you have good jiu-jitsu.
I think there's a little bit too much strategy. They're going to have to do something pretty soon, because I think Art is a little bit worried here.
There it is. There's it. And he's on the ground. Now we're watching Royce take the mount position. And that's exactly where the jiu-jitsu man wants to be. He's on top. This is not a good place
So headbutt to the face.
for Art.
To work a little bit of headbutt.
Look at those legs. Bill, look at those legs right there. Royce's legs.
Yes.
Back around. That opponent
good anchor.
can't get his legs off the ground. As soon as Art tries to lift his legs, Royce will strip or push on his legs. Royce will stick his leg back, disrupting the opponent's balance. And Royce he's got an excellent base. One of the fundamental positions in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu right now.
Now also, this is making one of them very, very tired, which is Art Jemison on the bottom, because he's got to try to push him off.
I tell you what, it is no fun being on the bottom with a jiu-jitsu man.
But I think Art's doing pretty good, because he's trying to keep him as close to him as he can.
Well, I tell you, that glove is really working in Art's against Art, because he can't grab.
He can't grab, he can't pull him in tight.
You bet. If I were him, perhaps he might think about taking that thing off right now.
Take a break and take it off. Whoop, he just bowed out. He just tapped out.
Just tapped out.
Did he? Oh, the towel just got thrown in as well.
That's amazing. It doesn't take much. It is just a frightening experience, Bill, to have somebody up on top of you.
To be able to choke somebody out very quickly.
You bet. It happens that quickly.
I don't think Art was hurt at all. I think he was just frustrated.
You can't breathe. You can't breathe in there. You can't move.
Bill, it's a primal instinct.
There was not a punch thrown.
That's right. That's exactly
not
correct.
a punch thrown.
You're going to see that is Royce's strategy probably for most of the fight.
Jim, what do you think?
Well, we talked about this before, and you said that this was going to happen.
Yeah, well, see, the boxer is so used to so many rules that he can't do what he wants to do. Sure, he would like to kick him back, but he's wearing boxing shoes.
Exactly.
He'd like to grab him, but he's wearing a pair of boxing gloves. He doesn't know how to headbutt him unless it's in close.
Exactly.
And if he gets in close, Boyce is going to take him down.
Exactly. And how can a boxer chamber a punch on the ground like that? His punches are effectively neutralized.
Very
Boyce Gracie!
I think that's something everyone was expecting to happen.
See, I think also what the crowd understands also, they don't understand the movement. All they saw was Hoyce on top of this guy.
Yes.
Hoyce on top, and all of a sudden the guy goes, no, I quit.
Yes, they didn't even see the tap.
Put these guys out there trying to breathe under there.
That's a replay here.
Here's the replay. Now watch what happens. Now he's working with him. He's trying to push him away. I think more or less he just gave up.
He already tapped.
Because he can't get out, yes.
He already tapped.
It's very frustrating because you can't punch, you can't kick. The same thing is going to happen to the kickboxer. The kickboxers have to stay away.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Bill, you know, it's interesting. 95% of the fights, according to PD, police department studies, end up on the ground.
Exactly.
And the jiu-jitsu man, that's his element. And anybody else on the ground who doesn't know grappling is like a fish out of water.
The boxer only had one chance.
That was it. To
that
catch him
was
right
early
off the bat.
to get a great punch to have it land. Otherwise, it would be no contest.
Not at
so
all.
the tap out did not surprise me because there was nothing that he could do on the ground.
Yeah, I think he felt also that he could get in close and maybe get a jab or a left hook or a right cross in, but the front leg of Hoyce, I think, kept him away.
Well, that's the whole point.
The whole time.
He couldn't take a chance on the kicks.
Exactly.
And therefore, he was never going to be in position to do what he does best, which is to throw a punch.
Exactly. Now we'll go to our fourth bout. Ken Shamrock, the shoot fighter, against Pat Smith, Taekwondo, and the 1993 Sabaki champion. Okay, this, I believe, will probably be the best match of the evening. This is the two strong boys of the mat, let's say. First of all, Ken Shamrock. He's a shoot fighter. He's done wrestling. He's done some judo techniques. He's also been a street fighter, you might say. Very strong. I think he's 220-some pounds. Very, very good physical condition. Pat is a very, very strong person, very streetwise. We were talking earlier with Jim. What do you think about this one? I think this is going to be the best one.
I think it should be a great fight. I think these two guys are evenly matched from what I could see. I think they know enough of different persuasions to be able to take advantage of whatever position they end up in. And I think that's very important in this kind of a contest because you're going to be on the ground, you're going to be against this fence, you're going to be standing up, you're going to be everywhere. So you have to know how to deal in all those situations.
Okay, now let's go to the fighters as they enter the ring. Okay. Entering the ring is Ken Shamrock. Looks very determined, very strong. This is, I would say, the strongest combatant in the ring today. Very strong, very agile. Very good techniques. Remember, he likes the groundwork also. Rod, if you understand, he also works the ground.
Yes, well, he certainly will have an element that probably be to his own, Bill.
He's certainly one of the more well-rounded fighters as far as the different styles that he does. This should be very interesting.
Let's find out what Ken thinks about the fight tonight.
Hi, my name is Ken Shamrock. I'm fighting in the Pancake organization out of Japan. I go 1 week each month and fight over there. My style consists of feet fighting, fist fighting, and ground technique. I think I'm going to win this fight because I am well adapted and I have many tools to go into the ring and use. I can fight on the ground and I can fight standing up. So I think this is my chance to win.
And now let's welcome Pat Smith into the ring, please. There's quite a few people with him. He looks like he's kind of looking forward to this. Jim?
Well, I think he is. It's a good-looking young man.
Does this remind you of anything, Kathy?
Oh, yes, it certainly does. I don't know how many times I've gone down that aisle.
You know, it's still kind of ironic, but Hoyce was the only participant so far that wore the traditional judo top or the jiu-jitsu top.
Yes.
Everybody else is wearing shorts or wearing, you know, trunks somehow.
I don't think Coach had to worry about anybody grabbing hold of his gi against Art.
But he's a pure jiu-jitsu man.
Yes. And like I say, it does work in their favor.
I'd say these two are certainly in great shape.
Let's hear what Pat Smith says about the fight.
My name is Patrick Smith from Aurora, Colorado. The reason I think I'm going to win this competition is because I'm the most strongest, powerful, craziest guy out of all the groups, I think. With my leg kicking, kneeing, powerful elbows and headbutts, and choking and grappling fighting, and the resistance of feeling pain is what's going to make me come out to be the ultimate champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth match of the evening. Please welcome your competitors. First, just back from the Japanese professional circuit. He's 6 foot, 215 pounds. He wrestles in the Japanese Pancrase Association, the #1 ranked shoot fighter with a professional record of 24-3-2. Please welcome out of the blue corner, Ken Wayne Shamrock. And his opponent from Denver, Colorado. 6'2", 217 pounds, third-degree black belt, #7 ranked super heavyweight kickboxer, and the 1993 Sabaki Challenge heavyweight champion. An astounding record of 250-0. Please welcome Patrick Smith.
Shorts.
Yes. Pat is wearing Thai boxing shorts. I think Ken is wearing the very simple swimming trunks just so you can't grab anything.
That's probably a good idea.
And he looks pretty good in his swimming trunks, too.
I have to admit, he looks pretty fantastic.
Oh, muscles in the stomach.
Well, I guess he's not going to be throwing too many punches to the stomach, huh?
I don't think so.
They're having their little traditional meeting in the middle, getting ready to talk things over.
You feel like being out there?
Not me. I'm with you. Let's go play some football.
This is your game, baby.
I'm an old person. I'm 40. I'm an old person.
Right,
if you want to wrestle, we can wrestle, but at least getting hit ruins your whole. I told you, pain hurts. Though, again, Rod, also, I think there'll be a little bit of grappling into this.
I think you can count on it.
I definitely think so, too. Both fighters, oddly enough, look pretty dry. They haven't warmed up very much.
The shoot fighter's very familiar with the ground contact and ground grappling. And there's a nice clinch right there. And that's probably exactly where he wants him to be.
Yep.
That's interesting. Now you see what would be a classic Gracie guard position with the legs wrapped around the fighter. That is actually a very good defensive position. And holding the man's head down just like that just keeps him from changing the punch. Now watch what's going on with that foot. A foot on the back, right where the kidney is just like having a little ninja super glue to your back, Bill. That is not a comfortable feeling.
Seems like it could kind of painful a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, it sure does distract you from anything else. Your primary objective starts to become to get rid of that foot.
That has to be pretty stressful on Ken's neck, the way Pat's holding his head.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, that's real tough.
I mean, they're trying to get close. Now, this is going to be a lot of strategy in this, but there's also going to be a lot of strength involved.
Yes.
And there's going to be some headbutting in there, too.
Very much
right there.
Yeah, you want to hold him a little bit. He's trying to hold him as close as he can. Still hard to change it. There goes a...
But they're not trying any really arm bars or chokes or anything. I think he just wants to kind of wear him down.
Exactly. Got some good balance there. Uh-oh, watch this. There's a foot lock. Watch it.
Now, this is one of the locks that is in shoe fighting for the legs. Very painful for that shin.
Very, very much so.
Very painful.
Very opposite.
It's a good strike there to the chest.
What you're seeing is...
That's very smart of Pat, trying to at least alleviate some of the strain that's on that ankle.
Kid's trying to go for that ankle lock right there, trying to position himself.
He's got it pretty good.
You know, the guy with the longer legs is the gentleman that usually works well on this side. There's the tap out right there. Just too painful. Isn't that interesting? A very subtle move, but a very, very effective move. It is extremely painful. And
I think his knee's been turned out pretty hard there.
Yes, he didn't want to give. You know, take it easy.
Bill, you're dealing with two things there, either a good ankle break or one heck of a charging horse.
Now, the one thing is, I think he's kind of working with that ankle because he had a lot of pressure on that ankle.
Yes, very much so.
You ever have an ankle problem?
Not like that. That was definitely real. The pain was there. The man could not take it.
It just goes right to the heart of that ankle.
I can't believe they still want to fight. Look at after all this, they're still going after each other.
This is where the heart comes in. Nobody wants to give, but sometimes the pain is so much.
Bill, you know, that's so true. Nobody wants to lose to a footlock. There's no glory in that.
But it's still very painful, and you got it. And if it hurts, it hurts.
Yes.
You have to quit. Once the pain goes away, come on, let's keep going.
Yes.
You know, it's funny because Pat was saying earlier that he's pretty much oblivious to all pain.
57 of the first round, Ken Wayne Shamrock.
Now let's go to Ken Shamrock for his views on exactly what happened in that bout.
How is this like the bouts you do in Japan each and every month?
Easier,
Why?
because he doesn't know how to do any submission.
Now, I see a cut on your head. Does that mean that he was using eye gouges?
No, he kicked me in the head.
He kicked you in the head?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what was your strategy going in right now? Could have been anyone?
Yeah.
So now, talk about endurance. Talk about the ring. How did it work for you?
Great.
Why?
I don't know, anywhere I can fight.
He came in the ring, and he was staring you down. He came right over to you. What was going through your mind?
All right, buddy, you got yours coming.
Yeah? How important is that beginning, the psych out before? When you did not back down, what did that do for the win?
I don't think it's psych or anything about psyching out. It's all about bringing confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
I ain't afraid of that man across from me.
What do you have coming up? What are you thinking about now?
Thinking about my next fight.
All right. Congratulations, Ken. Good luck the rest of the way. All right, there he is, a very happy man. Now back to Bill at the booth.
Bill, I got to tell you, he certainly is out for business.
Well, you know, they were both very, very aggressive at the start of it. Here's the replay. Now, watch that ankle. Watch what he does with that arm around that ankle. There's a lot of strain on that. Now, look at Pat. Pat's trying to use that heel of his left foot to cause a little bit of damage so he can't get that ankle. Watch the ankle now. Now he's going to get it.
There's Ken's
Hook
move
it under
right
there. There's Ken's move right there.
That's exactly what he wants.
Right on the ankle. Right on the ankle. Now, too bad he couldn't bite. You know?
Watch, there's Ken's foot coming over to position his opponent so his opponent can't move.
Yeah.
Right on the groin, and now he starts working the ankle to stretch it. And you're seeing some
still trying to get free.
Oh yes, yeah. It's such a helpless feeling in that position.
Well, I got to tell you, Rob, Ken weighs a whole lot more than Royce does. Royce, how do you think that's going to match? They both seem to be pretty well matched as for the grappling.
Kathy, I got to tell you, if I didn't have some practical experience in grappling, I would say weight makes a difference, but it absolutely does not. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It's amazing what a good jiu-jitsu man can do, or for that matter, a good shoot fighter can do if they position themselves to immobilize their opponent. A good base, it's most interesting. That is going to be quite an interesting fight.
We have something shaping up, no doubt about it.
I think it is. Now, neither one of these fights lasted very long, so I think endurance is going to be very important. If you notice, Ken was breathing just a little bit. Royce left the ring, went right back to the room to relax.
Yes.
So
that's very smart. Conserve your energy as much as possible.
I think Gerard is entering the ring. I think
someone else is being escorted out.
I think yes. Somebody else maybe you think they should be in this ring.
Yeah, really.
We can put them in the ring, no problem.
The crowd is absolutely alive.
Yes, here comes Gerard down to the ring. Now, he's seen the other fighters fight, so he understands what he's going to have to do. He understands that Kevin took some punishment, so he's going to come back and that's on his mind. You have to realize, too, that Gerard did not get tired either.
That's right.
Kevin is the only one that got tired so far.
Kathy, but what happens to a fighter on a multiple fight scenario like this? Does their motivation change at all? Do they become more weary on the second match?
I would have to say that it does. Yes, you do become a little more. You tend to relax when you're sitting there, even though you know you've got a next fight coming up. It's very hard to keep the concentration going, especially when you have a big break like this.
Okay, now into the ring. Let's introduce Kevin Rozier. He's coming to the ring now. 300 and some pounds against Gerard Gordeau. Kevin's face is a little bit different than it was the first fight, if you notice.
Yeah, it's taking a lot
He's a
of
little
blows.
happier now. Yeah, he's a little happier. Maybe he says, maybe if I get through this, I can make it.
Yeah, maybe a little happier, but
Maybe
also a
he's
little more
looking
beat
like I
up.
just didn't go home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. He takes some punishment.
Yes. He's got to do it quick. We just understood from the doctors that Gerard Gardeau's right hand is broken. If you notice, it's taped, but he still wants to continue.
The knuckles look pretty swollen on that hand.
The right hand must have been broken when he hit Taylor with the right hook. Again, that's the promise of not wearing gloves, of not taping your hands.
And that was a big issue last night in the meeting among the fighters.
But again, Gerard was one of those guys who says, let me sign a piece of paper, let's get on with it.
Oh, he's a man.
He's a heck of a man, I tell you what.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back our first pair of winners from the first round. Fighting out of the red corner once again, the holder of the European French Savate boxing champion title for 3 years in a row, Gerard Gardeau. And fighting out of the blue corner, his competitor, 6'4", 265 pounds, from Buffalo, New York, Kevin Rozier.
The strategy's going to be a little different. If you see Kevin's left eye, he's got a lot of Vaseline on that, a lot of protection on that thing. I think he got cut too.
Yeah, I think he did. Is that Vaseline or is that tape as well?
Yes. So he's got to worry about his right hand. Gerard has to worry about his right hand, Kevin about his left eye. They're going over the rules now that there aren't any of. They're just trying to say, let's make it a good, clean fight. And here we go.
It's a nice handshake before they started it. It was very nice. You see Gerard's picking off his shots.
Now,
there.
here's the leg kicks. Here comes the leg kicks into play. Now, Rod, you'll kind of understand about the leg kicks.
Yes, that's just amazing. Very stinging, very, very powerful. You know, it doesn't take too many of those, Bill, to... that
Again, right in the legs. This is right on the joint, too. Right on the joint. It's not in the thigh. It's not on the muscle, but it's right on the joint.
Oh.
Forearm there to the back of the head.
Yes. Now you notice Gerard's backing off a little bit just to see where there's an opening.
Yeah.
Nice elbow to the head.
Kevin seems to be covering up fairly well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a stomp to the ribs there. That was really painful.
Oh.
And the towel goes in.
The fight's over. The fight is over.
I wouldn't be surprised if those ribs were broken there. It's a pretty good stomp.
That was a good stomp right to the ribs.
I could feel the concussion all the way from here.
And if you'll understand, if you have to understand, those people that were watching the fight now, you notice what Gerard did. He took the guy's principal weapon away, which is movement and weight coming towards him. Throws a couple kicks to the legs, makes him think about that. Throws a couple hand techniques to the face. Watch now, boom, there's the punch.
Beautiful right hand to the jaw there.
Here it goes, now comes the roundhouse kick. Bam! Here he goes again now. See, he's got to protect.
At this point, he's just taking his shots.
He's down, right. He backs up. He's in no hurry at all. You notice the bouts are quick. The bouts are very fast. They're very powerful. Here's a nice strong elbow. Now comes the stomp to the ribs.
I'm actually surprised that the matches are as short as they are. I expected them to last a bit longer.
I thought they would last a little bit longer, too, because I thought strategy would come into play, much like a football game, because you run 3 plays and punt. It's kind of a long day.
Yeah, but what happens is one individual is aggressive, so they put the pressure on another individual. Therefore, it's not going to be much strategy, because if you know how to take a guy down, you take him down. It seems that the kicks and taking someone to the canvas is much more important than just the punching.
Exactly. Let's go to Brian now with the loser, Kevin. He seems like he's still in a great mood.
All right, Kevin, it's unbelievable. 2 bouts within 45 minutes. What do you think now that you're back out of retirement?
I don't know. I just want to get a regular fight, you know? If the ISK or WK or any of those so-called kickboxing organizations out there, I want to fight your super heavyweight champ. I'm out of retirement. It's the altitude. We're going to get the weight down. We're going to come back strong. Charlie Angel's managing me now. And I want to see all those super heavyweight fighters in the world. I'm coming after you.
Now, Gerard had a broken hand. There was some talk. Yeah, he had a broken hand. He had some trouble with it. How did that affect your strategy going in, knowing his hands were...
his hand. I didn't know nothing about his hand. You know, it's the altitude, man. I trained 3 weeks for this tournament, and no excuses. I didn't have anything left. I don't know if you watched the first fight, but I kind of got a little tired there.
Yeah, what do you think about the 5-minute rounds? The fights have been so short. Does that surprise you?
No, not at all. I didn't think one fight would go with 5 minutes anyway. Not even the grappling. Yeah, this altitude. Yeah.
Talk about the battle. I'll let him put his sweatshirt on real quick. Now, real Kevin, you have the best personality all week. You just got out of the ring, 2 bouts within 45 minutes. Explain to our viewers why you can smile.
It's entertainment. You know, it's entertainment. I just want to, I went out there. I trained 3 weeks for this. There's been a lot of tournaments like this that I've been offered to do back in my career. None of them went through. 3 weeks ago, I decided that this was going to go through, and I started training 3 weeks ago. I lost 45 pounds, and I love to do it. If I had enough energy, I'd go back there and do it again. I'll fight one of the losers. Maybe we'll.
We'd like to say hello to everybody in Buffalo.
Yeah.
See you, man. I saw your family were real concerned when this was going on.
Well, I got a lot of family here tonight. It's quite an extensive story. We'll get into that another time.
A lot of friends.
A lot of friends, a lot of family.
Everybody at Buffalo, Lenovo.
Yeah, Buffalo, Death Row out of Las Vegas.
Ultimate Fight is going to continue.
Oh, yeah, I want to go to the next one. If they have me for the next one, I'll be in the next one.
I think you're going to be doing this. You're going to be using the microphone next time.
No, I like to put Sullivan out of a job, that guy, and you.
I'd like to thank Sam Solomon doing a great job in the corner. He's a legendary man right here.
Sam, I want to look at you.
I'll tell you what. And John, quickly, did you see any footage of Gerard talking about that match too?
I saw Gerard fight years ago. I hope Gerard wins this. I said it from me. I really hope he wins it. It's his last fight. He's been a great champion. He's a gentleman, and I wish him all the best. And God bless his health. He's a gentleman. He's a classy guy.
Kevin, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on a great tournament. And we're going to go back to Bill right now in the booth.
This match coming up, I think, is going to be the best match of the evening. Royce Gracie against Ken Shamrock. We have two good ground fighters, 2 very strong individuals. I think this is probably going to be the most exciting. It's a shame it's not the final bout.
Do you think it's going to be short?
I don't think so. I think Ken is very, very strong, so I think he's going to be able, and he seemed to be in pretty good physical condition.
Yes,
I think it's going to be a strategy more than it's going to be kicking and punching and a lot of groundwork. You have to realize now that Ken is used to the front leg kicks of Royce.
Right.
And also Royce is used to the ground techniques, the grappling and the takedowns of Ken. So I think we have some strategy now.
Very much so. I think what you're going to see is a great deal of patience on Royce's part, and that's one thing that he's noted for. By the way, Bill, how many of the fighters, I'm curious, came in and trained early, considering that we're probably a mile up?
I think everybody was here a week early.
Is that right?
A week
That's
early?
not very long.
Yeah. No, it isn't.
Not very. Match coming up. Kathy, go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see the clinch occur real quick.
I think they'll be doing a lot of grabbing, a lot of holding, a lot of feigning, more or less, because they both have the front leg. They both have the ability to kick. Kathy, who is a very, very great kickboxer, who is a very, very good kicker, but still had some very good hands. Now you're going to think how maybe those kicking techniques can set up some grappling techniques, or maybe create the opening that you need for the what you might call the kaboomer.
Yes. Very, very much so. It'll be interesting to see if Royce wears his gi. I think he probably will wear it again.
Really?
Yes.
Now for the match, Royce Gracie will be entering the ring now.
There comes the Brazilian train right there.
Yep. And
Royce is getting
a little look on his face. He looks like he's a little more determined now than he was the first match, because this is not going to be an easy match for him.
No, he's against someone who definitely knows what he's doing. I think someone that's going to be very interesting between the two of them to see who's in better condition.
Now, will he continue to wear the obi? Will he continue to wear the gi?
Yes, I'm sure he will. What's really interesting, I think Royce's strategy will be to let Kevin do as much as he let Ken do as much as he can to wear himself out, probably with the kicks and with the punches, but watch Royce.
But if you remember, the first bout, Ken didn't do very much. Ken just kind of moved around a bit and dropped in for a beautiful double leg takedown, as we call it in wrestling, and took him right off his feet. Now, Royce has to worry about that. Now for our second combatant, Ken Shamrock of California. I think the crowd really doesn't know yet what's going to happen, but now when they see Ken enter the ring, I think some anticipation will arise very, very fluently.
I think we may have a little bit of Ken thinking that he doesn't care who's in the ring with him.
I also think Ken's going to be a little bit of boisterous when he enters the ring and walks across to visit Royce. because you notice what entered the ring between Pat Smith and Ken. So I think what's going to happen is he's going to create a little bit of havoc. Are you ready for this, Jim?
I'm absolutely ready for this one, Dave.
I think this is going to be the best fight of the evening.
Even if it's short.
Exactly.
But I'd like to see a little strategy myself.
Well, I think there's going to be.
Oh, yes, so you can count on it.
I definitely think there's going to be some caution between the two of them before they get clinched.
Well, I think when they meet in the middle of the ring, I think Ken's going to have a couple things to say to Hoist. Hoist, I'm sure, will be the gentleman like always, but I'm sure Ken will like to let him know what he thinks of him.
When they have the jiu-jitsu matches, are they usually by weight class?
No. Actually, when it comes to weight, jiu-jitsu, I think, is one of the sports and the arts that doesn't really place a great deal of emphasis on weight.
Many times in judo, when I first started judo, there were only 4 weight divisions. There was 150 pounds and below, 176 and below, 205 and under, and then again, super heavyweight, 205 and over. And I'm sure this is very similar, except, like you said, now they probably just have one large weight division.
I think so.
Which is none.
That's right.
I think what we're trying to do now is trying to let the guys get prepared for this battle. They know who they have to fight now. They're psyching themselves up. They're thinking. They're trying to relax, trying to move, even though Hoist is moving a little bit. Ken's over in his corner, bouncing around up and down, trying to think, what can I do? What am I going to do? Hoist, I see, how can I defend against the strength? How can I manipulate? How can I work this movement?
Ladies and gentlemen, our second semifinal match of the evening. Please welcome back the 26-year-old jiu-jitsu master from Torrance, California, and Rio de Janeiro. 6'1" and 178 pounds, Hoist Gracie. And his opponent in the semifinal match, just back from the Japanese professional circuit, the shoot fighter with a record of 24-3-2, Ken Wayne Shamrock.
I think that's a lot of the Brazilian contingent not liking Ken Shamrock.
I don't blame them.
I don't either. It's going to have a lot of movement going on. Now they're going to meet in the center.
This is not Hoist's encounter with first encounter with a shoot fighter, by the way.
It's not?
No, absolutely not. So Hoist is very familiar with what Ken's going to do.
Well, if you notice, the referee is kind of keeping them far away from each other. I think it's very intelligent.
Premature fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very likely event here.
And we're ready to start, ladies and gentlemen. I think this will be a very exciting bout.
There they go. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Right to the takedown.
Big judge
Now, Hoist-
right away.
Hoist is up, and now he's trying to put the person between his guard. There goes that kick to the back, right on the...
Going right into the kidney there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ken's got his right leg up, trying to prevent Hoist from getting his left leg over, and now Hoist has him in what appears to be the guard position. Hoist takes the mount. And that's exactly where Hoist wants to be. Now what Hoist is probably going to try to do is get his right leg, his left leg over Ken's. Ken
How's he
doesn't
going to be
have a
able
good
to do that
defensive
if he
position
has his
here.
weight above like that?
Right now, what he's trying to do, what I think Ken is trying to do is keep Hoist at
Watch
bay.
that leg. Ken's going for that leg again. Same thing he did with his previous opponent. And Hoist, watch this. There goes Hoist. He looks like he's going for the back.
Ken's back up.
Hoist, there's the tap. There's the tap. Hoist actually had him in a choke from the back, and he tapped. He tapped 4 times. Bill, that was a tap.
I did not see the tap.
I saw it 4 times.
Now, from the angle that we were at, I didn't get to see what sort of hold he had on him. But that didn't last long.
That's it. That's it. What happened?
I don't know.
What happened was from the back, I saw Ken tap 4 times. Hoist had him on a cross-side mount and had the arm underneath his neck, and I couldn't see it from the back too well, but he basically choked him out, Bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It's
Very
so
good.
hard to see sometimes, but that's the power of jiu-jitsu.
There's some good sportsmanship going on here. They're shaking
Wonderful.
hands and
Yes.
giving each other a hug.
wonderful
That's great.
sportsmanship. That's wonderful. Referee didn't see it happen so fast.
I
Just
couldn't
amazing.
believe it. I thought
Well,
the
here we
fight
go
was
again.
much better.
There's the replay. Watch Ken's left hand. There's Hoist's left. There's 2, 3. and I thought 4.
That's it. That's
and 5. 5 taps. And Hoist has his left hand over Ken's neck, and that's why he was tapping. And there's another view of it. And that is a good back choke. One of the fundamental strategies of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, okay. Now I see the hand coming around. Yes.
Over the top, there's an
there it
excellent
is.
choke out.
Yes.
Very stealthy, very
In
stealthy.
Japanese, it's Hadaka Jimmy. From here, the hand, the throat is right in the bend of the wrist, and the strong right in here. Very good technique.
Well, I tell you, it's not very glamorous, but it sure is extremely effective. Ken came very close to getting Hoist in a almost a what appeared
You got
to be
me
a
in a
reverse
chokehold. I was trying to go for a leg,
Now with Brian,
and I forgot to guard my neck.
Anyone for your neck?
Yeah,
So, and then you just couldn't breathe.
yeah.
So, what was you thinking? What was you thinking going in? You know how tough the Gracies are.
Oh, yeah. I give them all the credit in the world. It's just one of those things, you know. You gotta. So I'm not used to this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, Ken, he started off the last match really slow against Art, the boxer. When he shot in, did that take you by surprise?
No, I knew he was gonna try and shoot. He's got good defense on the ground. I couldn't sit back and take a leg. So I was trying to work. I was thinking too much about getting a leg, not enough about worrying about my neck.
It looked like you did have supremacy early on, and then suddenly it reversed like lightning.
So that's the way submission is.
Have you ever fought someone jiu-jitsu before?
No, first time.
How would you prepare differently in retrospect?
I think next time I would initiate. I'd shoot in, I'd take him down. I'd get to the side of him, maybe throw him or something.
He picked his head up, and he was screaming to the referee something. What was he saying?
I tapped the mat, and the referee didn't see it. So he said, referee's going to let it go. But I tapped the mat, I'm not going to lie. Otherwise, the referee would have let it go. And he let go of his hold already. So it wouldn't have been fair for me to say, keep going.
Yeah.
He'd already let go of the hold.
Tell you, Ken, you can count on one hand how many people would be able to get in the ring like that and be able to talk to me rationally after. What is it about your demeanor where you can turn it on and off like this?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. When I get in the ring, it's kind of everything changes.
You also mentioned to me during the press conference you'd hope to meet him in the finals.
Yes.
Do you believe that you're the second best person here?
I'm the third best person here today.
Okay. John Milius is over there, big-time movie producer, thinks you got amazing potential. It'll be a lot safer.
I like fighting.
You going to be back in Japan next month?
Yeah, hopefully I want to do this again. I'll be a little more prepared for it next time, you know. Hopefully I'll give him a better fight, you know. I'm sorry that I didn't give him a good enough fight, you know. But that happens. I had a pretty, the first one I was banged up pretty good, so I had to come in again, but that's what this is all about.
Ken, you know what? It's time to relax and have a good time and watch the finals. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Now we're going to go back to the booth where the big guys are, all the champions.
Now let's go see what the rematch of the thing, the replay, to see exactly what Hoist did with Ken. The movement, again, he's trying to get around him. Ken gets around him once. And then, Rod, what do you see happening
Ken's
here?
trying to roll to his knees here, but Hoist is placing a lot of pressure, as you can see, on his left shoulder. And now he goes to his knees, but look at that left hand of Hoist. It's right there. It's underneath, and I bet you it's grabbing the right gi. Here's where the gi comes in, Bill. It's grabbing the right gi lapel. And Hoist's right hand, I believe, is probably holding down or locking Ken's right arm. So that gi really did come in handy there.
So what happens is he's using the gi also as a weapon, which is part of the whole thing also.
Very, very much so. But again, that particular style, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, is formidable with and without the gi. It makes no difference. This just is a different way, a different strategy that Hoist is using. Obviously, quite
very effective.
Yes,
very
incredibly
effective. And, you know, Ken is a very strong person.
Yeah,
he looked like he had a strong neck. Looked like he could take some nice power.
I don't think strength has too much to do with that technique.
He's a heck of a sportsman, too.
Great sportsman.
He tapped, and the referee didn't see it. He probably could have kept going, but got to give the guy credit for that.
I have to tell you,
Very
Ken was quite a sportsmanship at the interview as well.
Exactly right.
And he also said he was only the third best. He didn't try to say he was number two.
Let's look at the chart now. Let's see who's going to be in our final match. Gerard Bordeaux, who I thought would be one of the top fighters against Hoist Gracie, the Jiu-Jitsu champion. I think it's going to be an out-of-sight great match. The first participant will be Gerard Bordeaux of the Netherlands, a Savate champion, a Muay Thai champion. Remember, he's had 2 fights already, but none of them have gone over. Here comes Gerard right now. I think this should be a very good match. I think Gerard will try to keep away, try to use his knees.
I think that's probably a really good idea.
What about his hand? That's hurt.
Exactly true. I mean, he might try to use the Muay Thai type hold for the head and try to work the elbows. Again, Hoist knows this now because I'm sure he's heard about it.
Yes.
He's going to try to get his legs, try to keep him immobilize those knees, immobilize those Muay Thai kicks. I don't think he's worried about the right hand anymore.
Yeah, no. I don't think so. I think this isn't going to last very long. I think Hoist is going to get a hold of him pretty quickly.
I think he's going to come in as quick as he did on Ken.
Yeah,
that was a lightning fast strike. And by the way, it's ironic that, again, Gerard was the man Hoist was most concerned about. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the Jiu-Jitsu champion, Hoist Gracie. He's entering the ring, coming up. He's got to be full of confidence now because I thought that he whipped the best guy here. I think he made relatively short work of Ken Shamrock.
Sure did.
And,
quite surprised by that.
Ken and I were both looking at Ken going, God, who's going to beat this guy?
Really?
Yes. And Jim says, well, he's very strong, so I guess we're kind of up in the air, aren't we?
He was not only
The
strong,
point
he was
is,
quick.
the takedowns have come very easy.
Exactly. They're not prepared for the takedown. When you're worried about getting punched in the face, when you're worried about getting kicked in the knees, or in the ribs, or in the face, you have to keep your hands up, which leaves your hands, which leave your knees very vulnerable.
Yeah, I think Gerard's really concerned about Hoist's takedown. I think you're going to see him do everything he can to keep from getting in those anaconda-like clinches.
The most important thing I think that is for Gerard's sake is he's not going to have to worry about getting kneed. He's not going to worry about getting punched or kicked.
It's very true.
He's got to worry about the arm bars and the chokes.
He's awfully limited, though. He's not going to be able to throw his right hand very well.
Now to Ron Goins for our championship match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the event of the evening you've been waiting for, the finals of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. One of these two men will walk away with $50,000. Please welcome our first competitor from Rio de Janeiro via Torrance, California, the world light heavyweight jiu-jitsu champion, a 4th degree black belt, Hoist Gracie. And his counterpart in the red corner from the Netherlands, 6'5.5", 216 pounds, the Dutch karate champion for 8 consecutive years, 27-4, Gerard Gerdeau.
Gerard's taped up quite a bit there. I wonder if something happened to it then.
Well, a lot of times when he threw that roundhouse kicks to the legs and when he throws a roundhouse kick to the face, the tooth might have cut that foot.
Yeah, he hit him flat with an instep, didn't he?
Yeah,
and the tooth might have cut, so he's looking at some serious type of infection after this if they don't get something on it quickly. Because the mouth is the dirtiest part of the human body. You wouldn't think so, but it is.
Bill, I think you probably know more about that than anybody else.
Don't watch it. Save me.
I don't know what to do. You put it out there.
Well, I mean,
you're solo, Bill.
By yourself, babe.
It's been a wonderful day here in Denver.
And it's just beginning.
And it's just beginning because very good respect.
Fantastic.
I think we're ready now. This is the championship. This is for the Ultimate Fighting Champion.
These two fighters, I'm sure, respect each other a great deal.
Notice how I got out of that real fast.
Yeah, I noticed that, Bill. It's good stalking going on here, measuring each other up. Exactly what I expected. Hoist going in for the leg drag.
And that foot goes behind Gerard. He's trying to take him down, and
now, what the public doesn't understand, this is a lot of strategy also on Hoist's part, simply because he's got to set this movement up. Now, this looks like clinching in boxing or clinching in some other sports where the referee naturally would break you up.
Yeah,
but this is a lot of strategy here.
There's a lot of strength going on as well.
Very much so. Gerard's trying to stay as close to that fence as he can. He doesn't want Hoist to get to his back. But if you watch Hoist, that foot, there's the takedown. That's exactly what Hoist wants.
And the crowd is going
I hate to say it, but Gerard is in a lot of trouble. Now watch, there's a headbutt.
Gerard's trainer's in there with the towel above his head.
Yeah.
Hoist is just softening him up here. Now watch Hoist's left hand. He's going to take it, and he's pushing hard to break. There's a bridge to break the wall.
Here comes an armbar coming.
I would be surprised if an armbar shows up here real quick.
That looks to me like it could be.
Not Bill. He's going to his back. There's that left hand of Hoist is underneath Gerard's neck, and he's.
Well, Gerard has his chin down.
These Gracie's are anacondas. He's on the back, and Gerard is in a lot of trouble. Now, what Hoist is going to do is try to get Gerard to raise his neck. I bet he slaps in the back of the neck a couple of times, Bill.
See, again,
and hands underneath.
This is a major part of fighting. People do not understand that
over.
This is very strong.
It's got to be a great joke. It's over.
It's over. That was just Hoist is not letting him go. He wants to make sure the referee sees that this is over, Bill. That is the power of jiu-jitsu in action. Simply incredible. These folks are going wild.
See, what the public does not understand. Here we go. It's another fight coming up here. Let's just take it easy.
Yes, there probably was some contention that Gerard did not tap out, but
he tapped out. I saw the tap.
They didn't want to make sure. They want to make sure that did not happen.
Oh, he not only tapped out, he tapped on the floor, then he tapped on my man.
He tapped on his arm.
His right hand is
left and right side.
I found my sport.
Are you going to get right into that, Jim?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
See, what the public does not understand, when they went down to the ground, you heard the cheers, you heard the cheers. This is very important because, like they said, okay, we'll go to Brian now with an interview with Hoist, I believe.
It's hard not to be excited for Hoist here.
It's great.
This is a big moment for him.
I think Hoist is actually the least excited. He doesn't seem to be smiling at all.
I'm sure there was a lot on his mind the last couple of days.
Fighting championship and $50,000 from Rio de Janeiro at 158 of the first round. Hoist Gracie.
Hoist, you just heard it right now. You are the first ever and the Ultimate Fighting Champion. What's going through your mind right now?
I thanks to my brother, my family for being to teach me this and to give me the chance, the opportunity to go through this.
For the longest time, Gracie has been considered, especially by your family, people around you, the most fearsome fighting technique, the most fearsome discipline. Was there pressure on you not to lose today?
There was no pressure. There was no pressure not to lose. The technique is...
Against the boxer, you took your time. In the second match, you shot right in. Again today, you shot right in. Talk about your strategy in winning the finals.
My strategy is not to give them a chance to hit me. I don't want to get hit. That's the main thing. I want to win without getting hit.
It's too pretty to get hurt.
What makes great is just to get in a clinch. Just don't let them hit me. That's the main thing.
Why did the gi work for you? Why did you wear the gi in there?
Because some of the fighters, like the first boxer, he had a lot of Vaseline on his body. It was very slippery. With the gi, stopped him from slipping away from me.
What was the maneuver? They choked him out.
O Gerardo Gordon, he gave me the chance to choke him out.
How?
He turned his back to me. What happened is, once we get in a clinch, if they don't know what to do, it's Gracie Jiu-Jitsu all the way. There's no chance. They're gonna end up giving their back to me, or they don't know what to do on the ground.
What are you gonna do with the money?
I'm gonna go to Disneyland.
You go to Disneyland? There's a promo for him. Okay.
There is no plans for the future. I'm the Hoist that I'm always gonna be. There's no change on me.
No change in you.
Money or no money. I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the honor of the family, for the name that the family's been putting up for the last 65 years.
A special day for you, a special day for your dad and your whole family.
Yes.
Congratulations on the $50,000 and being the Ultimate Fighting Champion. With that, let's go to Bill. Hey, over in the booth, Bill.
Now, let's go to the awards. The award ceremony now with Hoist Gracie. Okay, what do you think? Would you like that $50,000?
Well, he was so great because it wasn't the money,
was a simple
the
choke.
family and the technique.
Choke. Exactly. There was no wasted energy.
And what we've learned tonight is fighting is not what we thought it was.
Exactly.
I mean, all that flailing around don't mean a thing when you deal with a guy like that.
Exactly. Here you see the check for $50,000. Hoist Gracie's name will be on it. Here's the medal. It goes to Hoist. Beautiful medal.
I think he's going to have a heck of a time at Disneyland.
Oh, he's going to have
He's going to get a few rides.
He's got $50,000 to spend there.
First time he
I'm
smiles.
just becoming, that's right. We
may have
become
trouble
his friend.
cashing
I
that big
think you
check.
take a couple of us with him.
In the amount of $50,000 from Wow Promotion.
That's really fantastic. This whole time, he won't even break a smile.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the first Ultimate Fighting Championship. Hopefully what you saw tonight was something that was very enjoyable for you, very enlightening for you. I hope you had a wonderful time. Thank you very much for coming. We'll see you next time. For Jim Brown, for Kathy Long,
Don't
for
forget
Ron
Brian.
Machado,
Don't forget
for
Brian.
Brian, what were you doing here?
Kill me.
You have not been a champion of anything ever. What were you doing here?
I can tell the viewers, the listeners, what it is like in this ring and outside the ring, and I'm a thumb wrestling champion.
I think you bribed your way
Stay
in.
there
That's
for
what I
a
think,
couple
Brian.
minutes, please.
Stay there in a couple of minutes? All right. I'll see you guys after.
Okay,
Thank you
take care.
very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a wonderful evening. For Jim, for Kathy, for Rod, and myself, Bill Wallace, thank you very much. Good evening.